Hello everyone. Very good evening to all of you. My name is PM Chandrasekar. Call me PMC. I am your host for this evening. On behalf of Chennai Charter Chapter of International Coaching Federation, that's ICF, and all other chapters of ICF in India, I welcome you all to the 90-minute program here. Before I take you into the program, first things first. Yes, let's get to know you first. May I request all of you to access the chat box, say hello, and tell us your city and the country. Access the chat box, please. Wow, that's Delhi, Canada, Montreal. Welcome. Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai again, Bangalore, Chennai, Bangalore, Gurgaon, welcome. Coimbatore, Pune, Bangalore, Chennai again, New Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. Wow, that's a widespread, including global. Fantastic, keep it coming. A little bit of housekeeping request for better experience for everyone concerned. Please switch off your camera and stay muted on your mic. Thank you. Friends, in the next 90 minutes, we will have an inspiring, informative, and exciting time and get to know about one of the very first events of this form and scale in the coaching ecosystem, especially in this part of the world. Yes, I'm talking about the long-awaited ICF India Conclave 2021. This conclave is brought to you by ICF Chennai Charter Chapter in collaboration with ICF Charter Chapters of Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai, as well as the ICF chapters of Hyderabad and Pune. ICF India Conclave 2021 is all about you. Our endeavor in this evening would be to give you a bird's eye view of this event, namely what it offers to you, how it could be beneficial to everyone, etc. I am tempted to share more, but let me not steal the thunder from the distinguished speakers of the evening. So, allow me to first invite Vijayalakshmi, the Conclave Chair and the President of ICF Chennai Charter Chapter, to set the context for this conclave. Over to you, Vijayalakshmi.
Thank you so much, PMC, and thank you so much, each one of you here, who I think is going to help us write a day in history that we really won't forget. Keep those hearts and those thumbs up coming, because this is a big day for not just me, but a whole lot of us here who've been putting this together for the last 6 months. Here I am, been given a short window of time to talk about what today is all about, and most importantly, what this conclave is all about, as in what it's really all about. So do I start with the destination, or do I start with the journey? And in coaching, we know the journey is as important as the destination. If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up on that. So I'm going to take the liberty of taking you through this journey. And even as I say it, I have goosebumps, being very honest here, because I really don't know whether I would do justice to it. And I just want to say this journey is as important as the big day in August for all of us here. I was just thinking, what's the best way to talk about this? A book maybe? And if I were to look at this journey towards the conclave as a book, then I think it's great to start with chapters. And so here goes, ladies and gentlemen, chapter 1. We talk about the year 2020. It truly was a life-changing year for most of us in one way or the other. It created a very basic human need in all of us to first survive and then thrive, of course. It literally shook us up. It just threw us out of our inertia of taking things for granted. It literally challenged the ways of our being and thinking. Sure, it amped up our collective resilience. It rekindled our spirits. And yes, it left us redesiring. And for those of you grammar Nazis out there, redesiring is a word. It's going to be your word you pick away from today's little event. It left us redesiring growth. All of us just wanted to grow in some way or the other, wanted to move out of the situation we'd been thrown in. Growth at what? At all levels, inner and outer, micro and macro, the individual, the economy and society, and literally growth for everyone. Move a little bit to chapter 2 now, December 2020 in Chennai. A little team called the ICF Chennai chapter. We weren't a charter chapter by then. We went back and we were sitting and thinking, okay, the conclave we were supposed to host earlier in the year got cancelled. Do we pick up the threads again? Where do we start? We were stumped. An earlier approach of a physical conference, an earlier approach of a conference that would bring a lot of coaches into the room and create a lot of learning and development may not necessarily work. So we realized this coaching conclave had to be reimagined. One thing was very obvious though. We all wanted growth. And of course, we wanted coaching too. Remember, we are coaches and we run a coaching organization. So the question was, could we have both? Interestingly, coaching is all about movement, progress, and growth. So it kind of was very intuitive as to what was emerging in front of us. Of course, we knew this as coaches. Could we share this with the world at large? And in our part of the world, we all know that coaching itself is not exactly clearly understood by many. So one challenge at one end, but desire at another end. ICF India Conclave 2021 was the perfect opportunity to create coaching awareness, demystify coaching, position coaching as a vehicle for sustainable growth, impact, influence, and inspire it. And this is my favorite, change the narrative, make it inclusive. Coaching is for all, like growth is for all, isn't it? So the eureka moment and aha moment, as we in coaching say, was that coaching and growth would both be at the heart of ICF India Conclave 2021. And so, ladies and gentlemen, was born Coaching for Growth, individuals, teams, organizations, systems, or as we fondly like to call it, CFG ITOS 2021, ICF India Conclave, and got scheduled to be held in 26th to 28th of August 2021. That is like literally a month away. I think 33 days away. I pinch myself when I say that. Let me tell you a little bit more about what's really about this conclave. And I do hope you noted that the chapter changed. The chapter in the book changed. For those of you very conscious about color here. CFG ITOS would be a unique coming together of the entire coaching system, coaching ecosystem, which will comprise of coaches, clients, sponsors, stakeholders, coaching aspirants, and coaching enthusiasts. We literally got everyone into the room, don't we? CFG ITOS is also for anyone who's thinking of growth, not just for themselves, but also for others. And these others could be people at work, people you serve, people in your family, people who you lead, people in society around you. It would look at growth at 4 levels: individual growth, team growth, organizational growth, and systemic growth. And this is some of the kind of topics we believe that coaching for growth could really help us move towards. This conclave will have something in each of these pillars. This was a conclave that was reimagined for connection and collaboration. So simply put, it had to be a virtual conclave. It had to be a global conclave. And of course, proudly made in India. So here's what you can expect at the conclave, chapter 4. I'm going a little into the forward, but this chapter has already been written. 3 days of thought-provoking experiences, 12 hours daily schedule, 42 sessions, 60 plus speakers who are innovative thinkers, business leaders, acclaimed coaches, celebrities. Here's a sneak preview of what you can expect. I know the font size is really small, but I'm sure you'll go after this event and pick up the nitty-gritties and look at the sessions that really connect to you, that you fancy. We also have a day 0, which is the pre-conclave, and we have tons of celebration packed in. Yes, we will celebrate. Yes, we will celebrate in a time like this. It's time for us to start doing things counterintuitively. You would get treated. I love that kid in the sweet shop. It's literally like that. You would get treated to a rich menu of session formats, inspiring talks, coaching success stories, masterclasses, coaching roundtables that will be hosted by our own coaches, interactive panels, debates, and experience coaching marketplace where every person who attends the conclave will get to experience coaching the ICF way with an ICF coach. No conclave is complete without the best of speakers. And I am just so delighted and privileged to present this partial list of speakers. There are more confirmations coming in. There are more speakers on their way. But hey, this one's for those amazing speakers who trusted us and said, yes, I'm going to be there. And every one of these speakers is speaking at no charge pro bono in this conclave. I'm not going to read out names. You probably see many familiar faces here. And there's some more. And there's some more. And a little more. I'm sure you found familiar names here. I'm sure you found names. You already made a note saying that, hey, I've got to be there at that session. Fabulous. Let me go back a little bit more about this conclave. This is a conclave that will embody the very essence of coaching, and that is partnership. Every bit, even today's event, is a partnership that has manifested itself, and we'll talk about it more. It is going to be thought-provoking. It's going to leave you thinking, and we would offer a lot of creativity. This conclave is really a tribute to the collective resilience of the ICF coaching community. It's not been easy pulling together despite many odds, personal losses, challenges, pivoting, and to work for 6 months together, nearly 50 people. I know the word cloud doesn't do justice to it, but it talks about, this itself has been a system that's worked together, because this has got people not just from Chennai. We have people from all over India, and we have some world representatives too. Friends who jumped in, who said, hey, I'm going to contribute to this. I'm going to make this happen. And I know many of you are here, sitting here in this room. If it's you, raise your hand, press the raise hand button and raise your hand. Let everybody here know who it is. I am now at a time and at a place where if I were to put all of this together in under 60 seconds, how would that sound? Want to know more? Here it is. I'm sure watching that, many of you want to sign up right away. I for sure do. And I'm just waiting for this event to get over so that I can go and do that. So now, this is an end of a few chapters, but you know, the best one yet is going to be there right away. And any guesses on what that is? Actually, let me just make it easier for you. We are here at the most exciting part of this evening, where we will be seeing the launch of our very own Coaching for Growth 2021.com, the Conclave website. And before we open the website and before you go to your mobile phones and quickly type it in, be there with us. Let's create this beautiful moment in history where we are going to have a fabulous launch, not a physical launch where we cut a ribbon, but we're going to have somebody very special launch this website for us all the way from Seattle, USA. May I present, ladies and gentlemen, to you, Janet Harvey, who's from the ICF Global Board of Directors. Janet, are you there?
I am. How are you this morning? Actually, amazing. Evening for you, morning for me, sorry. So good to see you.
Thank you, Janet. This is so surreal, right? I mean, we're sitting at two parts of the world, different time zones. We're going to pull off a launch together. Excited, Janet?
I'm so thrilled. As I was listening to you describe the journey, and I was reminded of the timeless myth of the phoenix rising. You have suffered greatly in India. We have many parts of the world that have suffered greatly, and yet this community of coaches seems to always be able to dig deep within our hearts and find a way to rise. And I'm just thrilled and delighted to see how you've come together as a community to launch this. And to be involved and contribute in some way is a delight for me. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Janet. So here's a high five all the way from Chennai. So let's do it like this, right? The team is just waiting. We have our board waiting here. We have the whole team waiting here. I have Mahesh on the other end. He's sitting in Coimbatore, which is another part in South India, but part of the board here. So imagine you're in Seattle, I'm in Chennai, Mahesh is in Coimbatore, and we have people from all over the world. This is super exciting. Yes. So yes. If you're okay, we'd like you to give 3 claps. And when you do that, Mahesh will be ready to launch the website sitting from Coimbatore. Mahesh,
I feel a little bit like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz, right? Everybody coming home. Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Awesome.
Woo!
Okay, here we go.
Even Google today is giving a shout out for you guys. Look at that. That's great. Woo-hoo! Beautiful.
Awesome. Thank you. I know everyone's clapping from all over. So Mahesh, quickly just take us through a short scroll of this. I know we'll get into the different sections later, but, just to say, so the conclave is a tribute to all the chapters who've cooperated, who've collaborated to make this happen. Our sponsors, there is a section on why this conclave, a little bit about what I spoke about, what does it offer to people? And then we move on to talk about the kind of formats, how many speakers, how many hours. This is my favorite, who this is for. And if you just go down, it will tell you about people from different parts of society for whom this conclave is about. And a review into the agenda. You can know what all is lined up. And of course, our esteemed speakers, Janet, you being one amongst them.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and then of course our partners, we'll talk about them in a bit, and of course a little bit about the organizers. And that's it. So this is a quick preview, ladies and gentlemen, about the amazing Conclave website. And Janet, I want to know from you how you're feeling seeing it, and I also want to know from you a message like you'd like to share with all of us here today, and how are you feeling as a speaker?
There is nothing more important than being part of a community that shares the amplifying power of coaching. One of your slides earlier talked about how coaching is still misunderstood, and we can't wait anymore. So my message is, find the place in your being, at the core of your being, that knows something about urgency, because the world is not only ready, but in really a deep place of reimagining human society. It's always sad in my heart that it must come from things as awful as the pandemic and the many ripple effects of it. But however it's come, coaching as an integral part of society, as the way of being with each other. Its time has arrived in a way that is touching every human soul. Just look at who's here today. I saw London, I saw Canada. You have stretched the globe already, even with the launch. And besides the urgency, begin to be intentional to imagine the experience of learning, growth, and change that will happen here in the conclave, that don't stop there. Remember the ripple effect. Every 1 hour that you spend as a coach with a client, so clients, every 1 hour you spend with a coach, ripples out to 1,750 people every week. It doesn't take very long for us to influence the way people see their lives and the heart that they can connect with and remember. They have resilience and they have resourcefulness and capability beyond their wildest dreams. That's the promise when we're in trusting relationship with each other. So be intentional about your learning, growth and change, because it will change the world. You may not see it, a little bit like cathedral building, but you will have a contribution that brings and restores a certain level of capacity that we definitely need as we reimagine the future. So beyond being intentional and seeing yourselves as part of the global family, I wanted to say something about growth and sustainable growth, and really to thank the organizers for recognizing that our ecosystem is highly interdependent. There's so much that we are beginning to truly understand about a phrase I learned in high school, that when the butterfly flaps its wings, it changes the train schedule in Tokyo. Didn't make any sense to me then, but boy, don't we see it now. So be thoughtful, be conscientious, be deliberate. Open your eyes beyond your own boundary to the one sitting next to you, to the one across the sea, to the ones who you may never see, but will have their lives changed because you've made a choice to step into this extraordinary modality for raising the vibration for all of us as a human family on the planet. That's what sustainability is really all about. So I'm thrilled to have my small part to contribute. I'll be on a panel talking about coaching in organizations, and we do spend our waking hours in our livelihoods, which is generally organizations in workplaces. And this becomes a huge lever for positive change in the world. So thanks for the opportunity. Be sure that you are sharing your energy, because that's what's contagious, Vijay. You know that. And by the way, make sure you're sharing your social media and tagging each other. That's the way we get the word out. And let's make this conclave viral.
That's amazing, Janet. I'm like already inspired and can't wait to get to your session. On that note, I want to say we have something amazing. You can be a conclave champion. All you need is 5 minutes of your time for the next 30 days, coaches. We'll talk about that. You can make, as Janet said, a ripple effect. And, you know, every drop counts. Believe me, every drop counts. Yeah, thank you. So with that, back over to you, PMC.
Thank you, Janet, for the encouraging words. I don't know what to say. You have touched upon quite a wide range of subjects, reimagining human society, community, all that is makes the human society stick together, work together, and you have even talked about the environment. So in a way, this conclave has already thought about this by talking about inclusion as one of the things that drives this conclave. More of this we will see later. And I once again thank you very much for those words and the perspectives that you have given, and for the support from the ICF Global to make this conclave a great success. From our side, we promise to deliver great value and experience to all concerned, especially to the participants who would be the key to the success of this conclave. Thank you once again, Janet. Now, the website. Friends, you've seen the website. I've seen your comments as well on the chat box. That was slick, elegant, lightweight, and responsive, wasn't it? This website has been designed for us by Team Airmeet under the stewardship of Saurav Agarwal. I would like to acknowledge his contribution and thank you, Saurav. And not to be left behind, thank you, Vijayalakshmi, for the excellent context setting and the conversation with Janet. It makes all of us here to look forward to the conclave with a lot of anticipation. Well, friends, back again. In the digital era, content is king. This phrase has been flogged ad nauseum. However, it is true. The content for this conclave is made by the speakers. Therefore, we have identified several of them. You have seen the photographs. We have a galaxy of speakers at this conclave. And today, I find some of the stars present among us right here in this event. I would like to introduce some of them to you, and therefore, I will call out a few names, and I would request those speakers to unmute themselves and say hello to the audience. May I first invite Darren Duguay, please, to say hello to the audience.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Darren Duguay. I'm an emotional fitness educator from Canada. I'd like to commend the opening address, the message that was shared, and the website was absolutely amazing. I guess I got to start my video screen here. So good morning, everyone. It is currently 10:30 Atlantic Standard Time, Friday morning in southeastern corner of New Brunswick, Canada. Absolute delight to be part of this amazing adventure and this amazing team. Looking forward to following and growing with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. May I now call upon Mr. R.R. Nair to come up and say hello to us.
Thank you.
And if you
Thank you so much. It's really a very, very privileged opportunity to be part of this wonderful evening. And for some of our friends, it's wonderful morning. And I think PM and VG have kicked off pretty well. What is in store for the 3 days in the month of August? So I think a very succinct summarization of what are the offerings in 60 seconds. I think it's one of the global challenges which you seem to have taken up, and you delivered it quite successfully. I think we are meeting at a point of time when leadership is under enormous threat and challenge, and at the same time encountering a huge level of opportunities. So as people who are engaged in working with leaders, as coaches, I think there isn't a better time for us to reflect what we have actually gone through in 2020, and of course the current wave 2021. We don't exactly know how the wave 3 is going to sort of pan out, but optimistically looking at the future, I think the timing is perfect. And I think we have wonderful topics that you have actually chosen. And we have a galaxy of people who are going to engage with all of us. And I indeed, from my side, look forward to a lot of learning, unlearning, and relearning in the course of these 3 days. And thank you, Vijay, especially for asking me to be part of this team. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nair. And may I now invite Mr. Ram Gopalan to come up and say hello to us. Mr. Ram Gopalan. Okay, let's move on. Maybe when he joins, he can say hello to us. Well, dear friends, let me now welcome all those who have joined us in the midway, past 7:30 or 7:35. Hello there. Welcome to the launch event of ICF India Conclave 2021, Coaching for Growth ITOS, which is a completely virtual and global coaching event. Now let's turn our attention to what this conclave offers to you, the participants. Who better than the India chapter president themselves to highlight the essence of the conclave? Let me first invite Priya Sharma, the president of ICF Bangalore Charter Chapter, to say a few words about what's in offer for this in this conclave. Over to you, Priya.
Hi, everyone. This is a privilege to be here. I am the president of the ICF Mumbai Charter Chapter. And can you hear me? Yeah, all right. Hi, Jayashree and Badri and PMC and Vijay. What a commendable event. I'm so excited just to be part of this team that has been putting together this event for the past 6 months. The kind of effort that everyone has put in is really, salute worthy. The kind of passion. To say a few words about what I am seeing in this event that's exciting me, and I'd encourage that sect of people to be part of this event, is the individuals. Doesn't everything begin with us? All good things begin from here, inside, within us, and then coming outside. So just the purpose of that self-discovery, that purpose of that knowing that, yes, there's a possibility of, newer things happening, that there are transitions that could be handled better, that there could be personal development that could be done better, and leadership could be done better from within. And as individuals, we owe it not only to the world, but first ourselves, to be more accountable to ourselves. And this conference gives you that opportunity to discover life anew with a coaching mindset. And as individuals, we can do that. So I invite all of you to share this conference in your social handles, in your WhatsApp and whatever Telegram and whatever other platforms that you are on, and share it with everyone so that each and everyone gets to know that something like this exists and it's happening, that they can benefit from it. And even if it's small pieces of information that come to them and they are able to absorb that, the life, that change that happens in their lives causes that ripple effect that both Vijay and the rest of the people spoke about. And it's just phenomenal to see that kind of impact. It begins from here. So individuals, let's get together and form groups from societies, from an ecosystem, from organizations that are that much more mindful and that much more impactful. Thank you very much for letting me be here.
That was a very powerful message, Priya. Better from within.
Thank you.
Very much. And now I would like to invite Shanti Chunduri, President of ICF Hyderabad Chapter. Come in, Shanti.
Yeah, I'm so excited. This is the first time I'm attending the conclave virtually and still feel so connected. Like Priya said, I just take the relay. Like it is here. It is starting from here. And that's how my journey also started as a coach. I was on the other side, struggling to get some help, and I really wanted to make something big in my life. And after becoming a coach, I understood what actually life is all about. And there's so much to spread across. And being in an organization, I see that it's not like individual, like Priya said, it's an individual transformation, but then so many individuals form an organization, and it's so difficult to maintain even a common sense and be level-headed amidst all the chaos that happens in an organization. Each one wants to go in different directions, but everyone wants to reach a goal. So it is like protect everyone in a group and move forward. So when I think about that in influencing an organization, I see my organization they have spent a lot of energy on coaching all the senior leadership and also the management, so that everyone who speaks anything about work is not just treating the person as a resource, but treating them with affection and compassion. And I see that it actually makes wonders in the way we work. Really, the heart to heart, I know, Priya, I am also taking that word. Really, any big movement in this world has always happened when hearts have connected, not just joining hands. Yeah. Thank you, PMC.
Connectedness, protect and progress. Excellent words, excellent thoughts, Shanti. Thank you very much. And may I now request Jayashree Kirtane, President of ICF Pune Chapter, to come up, please. Jayashree.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here, and glad to see such a huge attendance for the launch event. I'm really, really happy to see the numbers and the familiar faces, of course. As you know, Vijay was asking us as to, what do you really see in this conclave? And I think what has struck me, and that's really resonating with me right now as a practicing coach, is that I think organizations through, sailing through and coming up and thriving through these unprecedented novel times, somewhere have already started realizing that coaching is a great modality for organizational leadership, team and individual development, especially in the entire virtual work from home scenario. I think coaching is already emerging as a preferred modality in organizations. And hence, I think the timing of this conclave is really opportune time. So this is where I would really request, if there are already people who are working in organizations and are here, I would really request you to, kind of champion this conclave in your organizations so that people can come and see what is this coaching. So I think the interest is already picked. Now it is time for people to know exactly what coaching is all about, what impact can coaching create. And if you are practicing coaches, use this opportunity to initiate conversations with your prospective or current organizational clients. I think it is going to benefit not just the clients, but also you as a coach in building your practice, building your business, and I think just spreading the word about coaching. So I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayashree. Very nicely connecting coaching to tiding over tough times and how it gives an opportunity for both the individuals, the client and the coach. Excellent points there. Thank you very much. And now it's time to invite Badri Bajaj, President of ICF Delhi Charter Chapter. Come in, Badri.
Yeah, thank you, PMC. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning to my friends who are in the other part of the globe. Yeah, so when I see this, when basically the event was planned and discussed in some of our meetings, yeah, so I was having a feeling that maybe, this is going to be something very, very big. But when I see the website today, I think it's beyond what I was thinking at that point of time a few months ago. So many great speakers, and as my colleague Jayashree was saying that, 150 people in the launch, we have great speakers in the launch. I think what else we can expect in these difficult times. And what I think basically, maybe some sort of universal plan, somebody's doing all these things. So I, really feel that this is the right time for this type of conclave. Maybe I have a feeling internally that this type of conclave was really needed, and this is the right time. And yeah, so a big shout out to all the coaches, all the colleagues here in this call, in this launch event. Maybe just spread the word about the conference, and so it should be a very, very big number when we are doing this conclave. And what Janet was saying, I learned that for the first time that one coaching hour is going to impact 750 people. Now just imagine, impact of a conference which is happening for 3 days. So many people. So I think it must be millions in that way. I don't know what equation can justify that, but just thinking. So a big shout out to everyone. And maybe, as I have seen that there are many members from Daily Chapter also. So, I will invite all members from Daily Chapter to just spread in the in this Daily NCR, North India, throughout with everyone, and maybe, globally. So I'm looking forward to join this conference, and I think this will be India's best conclave. I think which we are going to have in next month. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Excellent message there, and I bow in deference on behalf of all the people who made this possible here. And the message I take from what you said, Badri, is that aim higher and higher, and that's what we have done. We aimed high and we want to achieve higher. And that's exactly what, with everybody's collaboration, we would be able to do that. And thank you very much for your message and kind words. And now, may I now invite Raghavan, President of ICF Bangalore Charter Chapter. My apologies, Priya, I mixed up, I'm sorry. Mr. Raghavan, popularly known as MGR among all of us. Raghavan, please come.
Thank you, PMC, and what a fantastic raising the curtain. Vijay and Chennai team, you're blasted off a curtain rise. I mean, it can't be better than this. It's about redesiring, right? That is the key word you use, and progress, movement, and growth. That reminds me of a story. So I'm going to indulge myself in telling you all a beautiful story about a tale of two cities. This is about a traveler driving down to the outskirts of a city, and he sees an old man sitting there on the bench, and he says, "Hey, how are the people in this community?" So the old man returns the question back to him like a true coach and says, "What did you see in the city that you left?" So the traveler says, in that city, people are grumpy, selfish, very untrustworthy, and I didn't like it. I had a terrible time. So the old man says, here the people are just very much like the same. So very soon another traveler comes down the same place, and then he sees the same old man and asks him in the outskirts of the city, "Hey, what are the people like in this community?" The old man tells him, what was it like for you in the city you left? These are fantastic people. They were great. They were so helpful. They volunteered to do things for me, and then they were so social, open, and whatnot. What a lovely time I had. The old man says, people in this city are very much like that. Isn't it a nice metaphor? It's a Sufi story, I think. The way we travel in our lives, whether in life or in our organization, when we move from one organization to the other, from one team to another, one geography to another these days, we always look for the other side as a beautiful green movement, progress, and growth as we go to the next one. The other side is always green, but the problem is we carry the green grass with us ourselves. We carry the context all the time. And maybe that old man could have asked a nice question, coaching question to him, said, hey, what kind of city would you like to see? What kind of people would you like to meet? So it's about the redesire. It's about the redesiring. It's about giving a new context. That's what coaches do. We try to do, at least for individuals, organizations, and teams. And this conclave, I think, by focusing on those 4 clusters, individuals, teams, organizations, and systems, is exactly doing that, bringing a new context for progress, growth, and movement. Wish you all the best. Wish us all the best. And I think we are going to have a great time. Thank you. Thank you, PMC.
Thank you, Raghavan. Nice story in your own inimitable style. You encapsulated the role of a coach and what they do to the client and how they can push further, and to do all the words that you have mentioned: progress, move, aim high, and things like that. So you said an important thing, Raghavan. I would like to take that message across one more time to the audience. You said all the best to all of us. So friends, this conclave is brought to you by ICF Chennai Charter Chapter in collaboration with ICF Charter Chapters of Bangalore, Delhi, and Mumbai, as well as the ICF chapters of Hyderabad and Pune. It is a collaborative effort by all the ICF chapters in India, and that is something that we would like to emphasize over here for ourselves, to derive strength from all of you, and to the participants that we are growing as a community within the country. And so, finally, let me now invite Vijayalakshmi, the president of ICF Chennai Charter Chapter and the host of this conclave, to share her thoughts and conclude this segment. Come in, Vijayalakshmi.
Thank you, PMC. I think I've done my share. I'm not going to speak more, except to say that, I felt so happy just sharing space. And I literally felt like we were, one mighty force of ICF in India, all 6 of us on that screen. And while I think all the co-presidents here have been very humble, each one of them is a mighty force and has really, really got our back, very much involved in the organizing of the conference. I also want to make one small, addendum there and use this opportunity. Very soon, see, I was telling you in December 2020, we were not a charter chapter, we became one. Very recently, our friends from Pune have achieved that status. So hearty congratulations, Jayashri, to you and your team. It's a wonderful occasion and I want to acknowledge it. And I am very sure our friends from Hyderabad will be there very soon. Okay, they are a dynamic chapter. So I feel so happy that we are one big force, and I know we have friends from all over the world. I can see a lot of my friends here. I can see a lot of our coach friends here. I can also see people who are not from the coaching fraternity, and that's exactly, we want you here. We can see our partners here. We can see everyone here. So all I want to say is I'm feeling good and really, really raring to go. On that, let me hand over back to you, PMC, for the rest of the exciting evening. As they say, the party is just got started.
Thank you, Vijayalakshmi. And from all the messages which I have heard from all the presidents, I think we are, as an ICF coaching community, we are a monolith, yet retaining our individuality, thereby contributing to the diversity, which is one of the big factors, important factors of this conclave. Now, participants, friends, that's a lot of content for 3 days. You've seen the context, you have seen the ideas and thoughts from all the presidents. That's a lot of content for 3 days. Won't you agree, friends? Well, after hearing all this, the question on the top of your mind now would be, well, there's a lot to absorb, a lot to gain from this conclave. Now, question is, how do you access this conclave? How do you experience it? Valid questions, all of them, aren't they? To get you some answers to these questions, let me now invite Aravindan Raghavan, the Conclave Director. Over to you, Aravindan.
Thanks, PMC. Good evening all once again. Special thanks to Janet for taking out time and launching this conclave officially. Thanks to Vijay for taking us the journey, how this whole conclave unfolded with the planning started from January 2021. So let me take you through how this entire conclave will manifest. So let me start with the power of technology. The power of technology we are going to provide you will be a real life conclave experience. The pandemic may have taken away our ability to interact face to face, but this is going to be as close as real thing. It will be possible by a technological platform on which this entire conclave is hosted for the entire 3 days. I present you AirMeet, which is the platform that we have carefully chosen for this conclave. Really excited about it providing a complete virtual global event using this platform. Here is a short clip to tell you about the multiple possibilities in this conclave. I hope you're curious to get experienced. Now let's go to the next one, the reach of digital marketing. For us, inviting participants from non-coaching audiences into this space is very important component in this conclave. And Vijay has already spoken about it. We also want to bust geographical boundaries to this conclave, and digital marketing has made it possible to really reach audiences that may or may not know about coaching. But definitely need to be there in this conclave. Can we go on mute, please? Next is the spirit of pro bono in the time of crisis. Mahesh? The spirit of pro bono in the time of crisis is again going to be manifested in this conclave. All our tickets are minimally priced, and in fact are minimally priced to only cover techno admin charges. And in fact, we also have sponsored tickets at no cost for those who have economic constraints, and it is aligned to the true vision of this conclave. And next, the generosity of our sponsors. Very important is the generosity of our sponsors. And here I would like to sincerely acknowledge Beckett McInroy, our gold sponsor, Saint Gobain, our another gold sponsor, and Regal Unlimited, our silver sponsor, for helping us in this time to make this conclave possible. And of course, we welcome more. So we hope after this today's session, there will be more of you who want to join hands to help us make this conclave truly world-class. And we have an exciting category especially for ICF coaches called Coach Friends of the Conclave, and more on the later. Next, the backing of our partners. Of course, very important in an effort like this is the power of our partnerships. Without the backing of our partner, this conclave would just not be possible. I would like to recognize our partner, tech platform partner AirMeet, and marketing partner Pixelate. The next is the can-do and commitment in teamwork. The can-do and commitment in the teamwork from all India chapters demonstrated truly made the manifestation of this conclave possible. This is actually seen by the passionate collaboration of all 6 chapter coaches participating in each project teams, working hard, smart, and delivering milestones for a common goal that indicates authentic evidence of collective resilience of ICF India chapter under these tough times. As a conclave director, I could experience the wisdom of purpose, passion, and perseverance of the entire secretariat members for the last 7 months. And finally, it is all about you. Our conclave theme, Coaching for Growth ITOS 2021, is an invitation to partner with entire coaching ecosystem globally. As a famous quote goes, one can attain mastery if he or she is curious of learning every day and from everyone. I sincerely request your presence, partnership, and commitment to the ICF Conclave 2021. And my friends, these kind of opportunities comes once in a while. Please grab it. I now stop and hand over back to PMC for further proceedings. I really thank all of you who are attending this conclave launch once again. Over to you, PMC.
Thank you, Aravindan. Leveraging the power of technology for a seamless and near real experience and a live example of collaboration on a wider canvas. That's our experience. That's exactly the message that we would like to carry to all our participants who are listening to us right now. That's very inspiring. Before proceeding further, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our speaker, Ram Gopalan, and I would request him to unmute himself and say hello to all of us here. Mr. Ram Gopalan.
Thank you, PMC. Apologies, everyone. I wasn't there earlier, so apologies. What a wonderful moment here. Just to see all the energy and just leveraging the power of technology to bring together everybody. Is, very, very grateful to be a part of all of this. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Ram Gopalan. We'll be more than eager to listen to your sessions in the conclave. Now, friends, the ball now moves to your hands. Why? The event is announced, the website is launched and it's live, and you have an overview of how it can be beneficial to your growth from the variety of so far. So obviously, so what next? The next step is committing yourself to participate in the conclave, right? I'm sure most of you, if not all, are eager to participate in the conclave. You could do that commitment right here. All you have to do is access the chat box, use the website URL that's given there, log into the website, register yourself and purchase your ticket. Let's see the next few minutes, how many of you confirm your participation in the conclave. As soon as your confirmation is done, you may announce this in the chat box. Wow, that was fantastically done. K.R. Chandran, the first one. Vasudev Nagaraj. Really fastest finger. Priya, Dr. Aravindan. Wow. Yeah, keep it coming, keep it coming. Apajit. Excellent. I'm sure you'll continue to do that. Congratulations to all the people who have completed the registration right here. Thank you all for the logins and the ticket purchases. We deeply appreciate it. I'm sure all the others will confirm their participation in the next few days. Let me now invite Vijayalakshmi to take you through the final phase of this evening's program. Let me add a word before she comes in. We have given you an experience of audio, visual, oral. Only one thing is pending, that's the experiential, which is what you are going to get. To explain that, over to you, Vijayalakshmi.
Thank you, PMC. So I must clarify, this is not the vote of thanks, okay? And the session is not over yet. As PMC rightly said, this is a partnership event. Remember, we are coaches. This is about coaching. So we create and co-create, and you've seen how beautifully co-creation has come together today. And today, the remaining 20-25 minutes we have is really an invitation for all of you to come in and partner with us. And partnership has, many dimensions. It could simply be engaging, asking your questions, showing your ideas, your suggestions, your thoughts, and all of that, and bringing your collective experience into the room. Today is a great opportunity for us to work together and figure out how we're really going to bring this conclave to life. So I'd invite you to get into these breakout rooms. But before that, I need to make one acknowledgement here when we talk about partnership. And this is the right time for me to do it. It is simply about saying there have been many hearts, minds, hands, and energies that have gone into making today's event itself possible. And it's been fabulous seeing that happen. I also want to acknowledge our marketing partner, Pixelet, the team of Bisham, Ashwin, Deep, Fatima, and others who are here with us today, who've actually made many of these slick videos and helped us with all of this stuff, making it possible. You see, partnership is real. And of course, a fabulous team here, the event team, Aravindan, of course, PMC, who's rocking the show, Priya, Kavita, Krishnan, Kulshum, Mahesh, of course, managing Fort, making all these seamless transitions. I just want to say, collaboration and partnership is real and it is possible. I'm seeing a few messages here that the site is not, you're not able to access the site. We'll immediately look into it, possibly also because that, maybe suddenly everyone's getting onto it and trying to book a ticket. I assure you it is working. And, at least about 15-20 people have bought their tickets today. And even during this event, we will immediately fix it. We will try, even as we go into our breakout rooms, to resolve it right now. I think I saw, Saurav from Airmeet here, and we will resolve this for you right away. But going back into the rooms, okay? Room 1 is all about your ideas and suggestions, okay? Please go there. Give your ideas, give your suggestions. It can be very small, it can be very big. It can be about taking it globally in your chapters or anything else. Room 2 is about, that's the room you possibly need to go to, ticketing and other logistics. What are the different categories of tickets? Can I sponsor somebody? Can I gift a ticket? What all can I do? Room 3 is sponsorship opportunities for coaches who are building your practice. And this is really individual ICF coaches. Please go there. You could find something that could be very, very attractive for you. Room 4 is about being a conclave champion. How do you do that in under less than 5 minutes a day? Room 5 is a volunteer interest room. If you just want to be an event volunteer, leave your interest and we'll find some way to get you involved. Already there are 50 plus volunteers working on this, not just from Chennai, from all parts of the country. And it's been such a humbling experience. I can see, how can you access the breakout room? What you can do is you will be, when the room's open, you can choose a room. You don't get pre-allocated. You can also do room hopping. You can go from room A to room B to room C. The 5 rooms. You can go in and out. You can visit all of the rooms or one of the room. We will come back here for a final closure. So you don't have to leave from the breakout room. As we were speaking, I also saw one of our esteemed speakers and very well known to the coaching community, Cindy Muthukaruppan, who is here. Cindy, I know that's very short notice for you, but we would like you to quickly say hello to us and what are you looking forward to about speaking and partnering with at ICF India Conclave. Cindy, are you there?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Vijay. Lovely to be here. And most importantly, I'm really looking to engaging with all our coaches, partnering with them, and sharing this big, wonderful vision you have of creating this platform so that we could all grow together collectively. Lovely to be here, Vijay.
Thank you, Cindy. We are really excited about your session, and we will see you very, very soon in 33 days. Thank you, Cindy. All right. Bye. So Cindy, by the way, is from South Africa. So you can really see the global element of our conclave coming to life. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, we will open out the breakout rooms. And we'll come back here into the main room at 5 minutes to 9 to wrap up. Okay. So is everyone ready to go into the rooms and, to participate in this? Please don't leave without participating. Contribute one little thing before you go. Every contribution matters. Mahesh, over to you. Please do open out the rooms.
Before that, Vijay, I think the group photo, would that be a good
idea? Yes, absolutely. Thank you, PMC. We forget the best things always. So if it's okay, let's have everybody open out your video with the Zoom background, without the Zoom background. But let's record this day in time. Because like I said earlier, the journey is as important as the destination. So Priya.
Just have a look at it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shanti. Yes, PMC, concluding words from you.
Yeah, thank you, Vijay. And thank you for all the spontaneous ideas. And we are bubbling with ideas, right? So that's what we felt in all the rooms. So we'll find a way to continue to capture these ideas for the betterment and better performance of this conclave. So formally, welcome back. I'm sure you all had a fruitful time at the breakout rooms. Got to know more about the conclave, shared your thoughts, explored how you could be a part of the conclave and so on. For further sharing, be in touch with us through the website and email, and we shall respond to you. Finally, I would like you to leave this session with one thought. This conclave is built on the premises of abundance, diversity, and inclusion for your growth. Please do participate in it and derive value that you need most. And I request all of you to spread the word around in your networks for the benefit of a larger audience and help us grow coaching awareness. Thank you all very much for your presence, attention, and participation. See you all at the conclave. And for now, big thank you and good night.